So PrismML, a smaller ML company, just launched Bonsai 27B. It's an open source model with 27 billion parameters, and it's actually based on Qwen 3.6 27B. They took that and shrunk it down so much that you can supposedly run it right inside your browser, and even on an iPhone. So today, let's just see how well that actually holds up.
Before we get into using it, let's talk numbers real quick. They compared it against Qwen 3.6 27B, basically the full-size version you'd normally use. On the overall average, Qwen scores 85.1, Ternary Bonsai scores 80.5, and 1-bit Bonsai scores 76.1. So you do lose a bit of quality by shrinking it down this much, but it's not a huge gap. For coding tasks specifically, all three stay pretty close to each other, so shrinking the model barely hurts it there. Where it does lose more ground is on agent and tool calling tasks, especially the 1-bit version, so keep that in mind if that's what you plan to use it for. They also shared energy consumption numbers, and the simple takeaway is the full-size version eats way more power than the 1-bit or ternary versions on every device they tested. On the iPhone 17 Pro Max specifically, the full-size version and ternary 27B don't even fit. So if you want this running on a phone, the 1-bit version is really your only option.
Okay, so where can you actually run this? First option is downloading the weight straight from Hugging Face and running it locally based on whatever hardware you have. Second option, and honestly the whole reason this thing got so much attention, is running it directly inside your browser using WebGPU. No install needed. I actually tried this myself and it didn't go great. It loaded all the way up to 99% and then it just failed. Never actually started. Third option is if you have an Apple device, since a big part of their pitch is that this thing fits on an iPhone. I don't personally have an Apple device though, so I can't show you that part today. So what I'm going to show you instead is running it through LM Studio. Once you install the LM Studio desktop app, open it and go to the model finding section and search for Bonsai 27B. So this one is the ternary variant, and this one is the normal variant with 1-bit and 4-bit. I've already downloaded both. You can use it directly by pressing this Use a New Chat button, so let's open the model picker. First, I'll try the 4-bit version to see if it works or not. Let's just wait for it to load. And it gave some runtime error. I also tried the ternary version, and it failed the same way, so let's just try with the 1-bit variant instead. I'll change the settings according to my system, so if you have a low-end device, you can lower it too. Now, let's just press the Load Model button and wait for it to load. It took some time, but it loaded in the end. And now let's just send a simple message. And it responded. So this is how you can use it too.
Now, if you're wondering about API access and pricing, right now there isn't any. They haven't released an official API yet, so there's no per million token pricing to talk about. What they did share instead was that energy consumption data we already looked at, so that's the closest thing we have to any kind of cost comparison for now. So that's Bonsai 27B, a 27 billion parameter model that's small enough to run in a browser or on a phone, with benchmarks that hold up decently for its size, especially in coding. The tooling around it is still a little rough since it just came out, but that's expected on day one. If you end up trying it yourself, let me know how it goes for you in the comments.